Hello and welcome to Aaliyah by Nature, and welcome to this particular series, all over the place reviews, where the reviews have zero structure and I'm kind of sort of not reviewing. Everyone wins because I technically can't leave a bad review. No one sponsored me. So it's all honest. We're here for a laugh and you might just learn some things. So in today's particular episode, we'll be reviewing vegan food in Iceland. So the city, actually, I did it across two cities. So Reykjavik, which is of course the capital, had to swing by there, had to try some things. I'm not gonna lie, she forgot the name of the second city. It doesn't help that I remember that it ends in Vic because a lot of them do. I'll check my geotags later. We move. So first one, looked on TripAdvisor and found the #1 rated vegan place. It was very, very obvious that it was fully vegan. We'll insert why here. As we can gather, with a name like that, it couldn't be anything else, could it? So that was one I planned to go to first. It opens late. Okay, that I didn't quite establish that before I went, so I went skipping on by at 9:30 a.m. yesterday. Was it open? And I was hungry as well. I was so hungry, but it's fine. It's fine. We move. Had a Belvita. Hearts went on. It opens. It's more of a bar than a restaurant / cafe. So it actually opened at 4 o'clock. So I went about my day. Had a really fun excursion. That's in another video. And when I actually went there, it was, so it's an upstairs bar, very dimly lit. It's a little bit, the lighting's like the Firefly in Worcester, so very dimly lit, most of the inside's dark, it's a very rock and roll kind of vibe, which is, it's fine, do you know what I mean? I'm into it, I can try new things. So you walk in and you see the iconic little cruelty-free zone message, you know you're home. And the entire menu, so one of the things I really loved about the menu is, because it is fully vegan, they don't do the kind of inverted commas thing. They just say steak, chicken. Love that. Because I was looking at the whole menu thinking, are we sure? Are we sure this is vegan? The pricing, my conversions are shocking. Let's start with that. My conversions are shocking. I did not pull out a converter once. I just wasn't in the mood. I just looked at the price and thought, yeah, this must be right. This must be reasonable. I'm aware that the cost of living in Iceland is higher, so I didn't want to hurt the piece too much by actually finding out the price. I'll look and I'll cry when I get back to England at how much things really were. I'll look and I'll cry when the bank charges me for spending in a foreign currency. Other than that, they haven't blocked my card yet, so I'm going to run with that information. A card has not been blocked. Transactions have gone through. The bank is low, but we move. We move. So yeah, I ordered. Generally, when I go into a restaurant, if there's a special, I'll order the special. If there's something new, I'll order whatever's new. So as much as the steak was calling me, I looked at the newbies and I ordered lasagna because lasagna was new. I haven't had a vegan lasagna that's not mine, so I thought, let's size this up. And, you know, we're in a different country. They might do the lasagna differently anyway, so I thought, let me try that. I also ordered cheese balls because cheese was a rare find in the vegan world, but as it's becoming more accessible through various companies, I thought, you know what? Cheese balls aren't as accessible as cheese, so let me try that. Let me see what they're working with here. So when I ordered, pay straight away, of course, they gave me a beeper. So instead of having like waitress come over, which I ended up doing anyway, but instead of you kind of looking over and wondering whether or not your food's here, the beeper just goes off. So it's got a little red light initially, and it beeps like, the irritation of the beep is like an iPhone alarm going off. So you hear it, you know you need to move. It's a very piercing, annoying, irritating sound. You want to collect your food when it beeps because no one wants to hear that noise for too long. So my starter of cheese balls arrives. Insert pic here. And I was so happy with the look. Haven't eaten it yet. It looked good though. Really crispy. Do you know what I mean? The sauce was looking hella thick, hella scrumptious. The portions. I don't know if it's because he might look to me and thought she's skinny. Do you know what I mean? She's probably going to be one of them salad eating chicks. Let's reduce the portions. Okay. But everything, on looks alone, everything started strong, but the portions were a little bit concerning because I like to eat. Taste, the flavors, the flavors were all there. That is because I tried a few, not much, but I tried a few of the cheese balls available in England, and they ain't it, sis. That one was it. Big fan of those. Like, they were really crunchy. It wasn't overly filled with cheese, which I didn't think was a thing, but considering how crispy they were, the kind of slightly less than overdoing it filling was just appropriate. So that I can commend. Thank you very much. The sauce itself, again, that was actually quite nice. Not amazing. Okay, I've had many a sauce in my life. Not amazing, but it was really nice. And also they gave me lots of the sauce, but they were low on the actual cheese ball, which was really what I ordered. Moving on. So that arrived. The lasagna. Insert picture here. Let's not forget, insert picture here. So lasagna looked... How do I describe this? It looked okay. Like, I mean, presentation alone wasn't selling it like the presentation of the cheese balls. I think it might have just been because I was more excited to see them, because I make my own lasagna anyway, so do you know what I mean? There's not much you can do to surprise me or wow me. It's lasagna. It came with a lot more than I realised, but in all fairness, because it was written, so you have the menu with the whole contents written, printed, beautiful paper, and then the lasagna, because it was new and not on the menu, was just written on chalkboard. So when I ordered it, I wasn't quite sure what was coming with it, but it came with its little almost pate on the side, bit of salad. Not gonna lie, salad did not look appetizing. However, that was because they sprinkled actual mustard seeds, whatever, I think it was mustard seeds, on top of it. And, you know, they don't look good. No one can make them look good, really, unless it's Michelin star restaurants when they've got far too many gadgets in the kitchen. You're not going to make them look good, so I can't knock them for that. The lasagna itself, so again, flavours were correct. The salad didn't really appetise me, but the flavour of everything, it was nice to taste. It was nice to taste. It was appropriately flavoured. It wasn't over seasoned. It wasn't overcooked. But, huge but. Okay, let me dial this back a bit. I am the biggest fan of fatty foods. My somatotype might not indicate that, but I love a fatty food. I'm forever ordering the full fat, having like full fat coconut milk, having the full fat yogurt. Big fan of full fat. So I'm not running from fat or oil in this life, but there was a lot more oil than was reasonable on my plate. It wasn't for me. Big drawback, because, you know, you've got this really nice tasting food, salad even, sea of oil. It wasn't content I paid for. No. Anyway, moving on. I had to rush to get a bus back to city number 2, and I couldn't finish it all there. So before you start worrying, it was filling, but not so filling to the point where I couldn't finish, because we all know I love a good meal, and if I don't finish, there's usually something wrong. Nothing was wrong. I just had a bus to catch, and they weren't running frequently. The day was winding down. It was about 7 o'clock. I had 1 or 2 buses left before it would have been a ridiculous taxi back. So I had to leave. So I took it away as a takeout, and I thought, do you know what? Let's have it as a cold meal. Let's have it as a cold breakfast tomorrow. See if, the heat is confusing me. See if the flavours really are there. That's what we did. And I did in fact find, so flavours were correct. The heat was not fooling me. Okay, it still tasted good cold, which says a lot about food. If it can, hot food especially, if it can taste good cold, or just in general, if food can taste good at the wrong temperature or the other side of temperature. So if hot food can taste good cold, if cold food can taste good hot, I feel like it says a lot about how good it really is. And it did taste nice cold, arguably nicer. And of course I had time to drain off the oil. Not even drain off, the box I took it home in soaked up the oil. That's what happened there. Soaked it all up. So it was a lot less oily, and it tasted even nicer. And when I reheated it as well, it got really crispy, which I'm not sure if it was just the pasta or it was a mixture of the pasta and the cheese, but that I appreciated. So, love that. And for the lasagna, portion sizes made me a lot happier. Do you know what? They might have felt guilty. Because I did finish the cheese balls very, very quickly. They might have felt a bit bad about that and thought, let's fatten her up now. Do you know what I mean? She came in skinny. Let's not let her leave skinnier. Let's fatten her up. So, all in all, maybe I should have tried something on the main menu. The cheese balls don't count, it's just a starter. But maybe I should have had a proper meal on the main menu, because if it's main menu, it's been there longer, it's had its time for them to make recipe changes, so that it can be the best it can be. And, the amount of time I spent eyeing up that steak and not picking it, I'm actually really mad at myself. I should have got a steak. I've never even had steak as real meat. Anyway, purely because this whole medium rare, let's not have that argument, cooked food. Should have had it, because there's no chance of eating raw meat when it's fake steak, is there? Should have done that. Should have not wasted all of our time. Look at me now. Unimpressed. Upset. It was all a shame. Anyway, we move. The next vegan thing I had was I think it was the only vegan option. No, it was one of 2 vegan pizzas at Domino's. I can't remember where Domino's started, but the way they do it over here, they're really acting like this is home. I will check where Domino's was founded and put that in here somewhere. But the Domino's difference over here is everything I didn't realise I came for, because when I say their ingredients are fresh, their tomatoes have flavour, their olives have flavour, have freshness, look like they've lived. So I ordered the vegan pizza. It was actually greaseless. I mean, I know things that aren't dairy, so like when it's fake cheese, it's generally less greasy anyway. But the pizza I received, the lack of grease and oil made me very happy. I think I was still stewing from the previous lasagna. So I was getting hella critical about oil for no reason in particular. But that made me happy. Pizza place, lack of grease. Love that. And again, flavours were correct. Like, I generally do go in for the flavour, and I can't complain. I can't complain. The only thing I could potentially complain about, again, I'm not looking at conversions for that very reason, is how much it was. But, you know, I was hungry. Didn't have many options because the second city I went to was smaller, so vegan things aren't that easy to find. But yeah, even the wait time had to be commended because it really wasn't that long. It was, however, a quiet day. There had kind of been a storm, so not many people are out risking lives for pizza. But here we are. There it was, ringing up Domino's like it was nothing. But yeah, those were two main vegan things. And just as a side note, vegan cheeses over here, I feel like we have been slighted by Veolife in the UK. I'm going to insert a quick video, removing the audio, of the range of Veolife I saw when I went into the supermarket. I actually looked at it and thought, how dare you? How dare you? Okay, Veolife in England can actually not be bothered because look at the flavours. Look at the entire flavour palette. I feel like I've been slighted. I feel like I've been chatted shit. We riot tomorrow. In England, we get about 2-3 flavours if they were feeling fancy. Over here, there's like 10. Oh. No, I'm hurt. They've got so many flavours of Veolife spreads and cheddars. Where are they in England? Please discuss that with me. Because I would spend a ridiculous amount of money on cheese if they had all of that in England, but no. No. Anyway, so just to quickly summarise that whole moment. The cheese balls, yes, but fat me up. The lasagna, yes, for the most part, but you know, my skin's oily enough. I don't need all that oil on the plates. And the Domino's, it's probably the best of the three because everything was right. Everything was right, except potentially the price. But we don't need to talk about that because no one's looking at the bank account just yet, so cards get blocked. And last but not least, Veolife have slighted us in England. We move. And the overall summary here is, I should have got the steak. But it's cool, I can be back. Hopefully. Corona hasn't killed me yet. Strong start. And the food hasn't killed me yet. Strong finish. Thank you for watching this review that nobody asked for. If you've made it here long enough, you might as well subscribe and subscribe properly. If your notifications aren't turned on, if all notifications aren't turned on, why are you here? Why? Tell me. Turn them on. Review the review in the comments if you'd like to, if you've got the time. And if you liked the content, like the video. If you hate oil on your plate as much as I do, like the video. Please and thank you. If you're a fan of cheese balls, like the video because the vegan cheese ball game is clearly changing over here and I hope to see it in England at some point soon. And if you're a fan of Veolife, just at them. Allow the video, just at them on whatever social media they have because they have disrespected the UK market and I hate to see it. But what I'd love to see is you in my next video, so like and subscribe. And if you were here and part of the family before the video is up, just comment, I'm already family, in the comments. And if you're part of the family and the comments are already there, just like the comment. You don't need to say it again. Just like the comment. Thanks for watching and see you in the next video and or series. Until then, have the day you deserve.